Hello. So I wanted to sketch today a very simple object, and this object is monkey nuts. Sometimes we think what could be the object that we can sketch, and there are so many items that you can find at home. So today my eye caught the monkey nuts. I think they are really cute. They all are of very similar color, so it might be difficult to start with, maybe you think, but no, in fact it's not very difficult. So first I start with drafting this object. I put them all nicely on the napkin, so some of them are already open, some of them are still in shell, so I just wanted to have this variety. And I start sketching them in with the pencil, so I sketch one by one, trying to reflect the natural size of them, and getting them ready for adding the colors very shortly. So I'm just speeding up the video so you can see, and don't wait for too long to see when the object is ready to be sketched. So here we almost have a nice final layout, nice final sketch in pencil. Yeah, great. And now it's time to add the colors. So as you can see, I used just a pencil, and just nice, and there are no accurate lines, no very fine lines, so everything is nicely drafted. Now I'm adding the colors. So the colors, I never add one color usually, so it's always a mix of two or three. So I started with painting in those actual nuts, not the shells, because I like how brownish they are. So I'm using here a few colors, so I'm mixing the brown with some reds. So as you can see, it's like a brown with the red tone, so I'm adding some dots, bits of red as well, and then I'm moving on to the shells. So the shells are more, as you can see, like ochre and yellow, so I'm doing them as a first layer, a little bit yellowish and ochre. As you can see, I usually add a few layers of color. So the first layer, when it dries, it becomes very transparent, so it's very light, very delicate, and then I'm adding more colors to make the color more saturated, and I'm also adding some shadows. You will see them later on, but here, as you can see, the light is coming from the top mostly, and slightly from the right and from the top. So the darker parts of the nuts and shells will be on the left hand side, and the lighter ones will be on the right and at the top. So I'm trying to reflect that in my painting, in my sketch. So I'm adding more darker elements now. So everything is very loose, so I'm not trying to 100% reflect what you see in the object. So it's a mix, it's an average, it's an idea, it's an impression. So it's very loose. It doesn't need to be one-to-one, doesn't need to be 100% exact. So I've done a really good progress already. So as you can see, some contrast, and the contrast is something that adds the nice touch to the sketch, to the illustration. So it's a mix of those darker colors and the lighter colors that make it all look so vivid, so lively, and close to reality. So I'm just gonna move on now to very shortly to the shadows. And about the shadows, I was thinking like what color to make them. So I'm gonna be making them slightly closer to purple. So yeah, as you can see, everything is ready. So we're now going ahead with the shades, and the shades, they come on the left hand side from each of those nuts, as you can see, due to how the light falls on the object. So I've chosen to make them a bit bluish and purple, probably more to the blue, so you can see how contrast they are with the actual nuts. I'm making the shadows really also quite loose and not you know, it shouldn't be like a perfect circle or round shape, etc. And also the color consistency, so as you can see it varies slightly from shade to shade. So I'm nearly done with that as well. I'm adding some final touches now as well. So as you can see, the colors already perfectly dried, and some areas are a bit too light in my opinion. So I'm just adding more saturated colors here and there for the nuts as well as for the shadows. Yeah, you can see the final result now. Well done, I'm very pleased with the outcome. These are all my instruments that I've used. And this is final result. How beautiful they are, very cute. Thank you so much for watching.